Good Friday evening, everybody. This is Ginger D. Rogers here with the G. Rog FB20 page. And it feels like forever and a day since I've made a video last Thursday. Don't even get into that. But good news is that our fantasy team, my uncle and I's fantasy team, finally won this week. We are 1-5. Yay! So that's a positive. So we hope to get kind of a streak going here, but this is so week to week, and this football season has been very unpredictable. It's hard to really get confident. So we shall see. Anyway, so yeah, it's been quite an overwhelming week. There's been other things besides football that has been occupying my brain space. I feel like my brain's kind of melting with other news around the world and around the country and all that. So just trying to, focus on the day to day and focus on what brings me joy. So speaking of what brings me joy, let's get to well, I don't know if it really brings me joy, it brings me anxiety as well. So we're going to get into week 7 of the NFL week preview. And we're going to go ahead and start and just get Seattle's game out of the way against the Falcons. So we did have a mini bye week, and in that mini bye week, we have Byron Murphy III coming back. However, we are without Trey Brown, Jarek Reed, and Reek Woolen, and Stone Forsyth. I don't even know. He's a tackle, though. So as we gain somebody, we lose another. And that seems to be the influx of the defense so far this year, which is awful. Because down the road here with Buffalo, who just added Amari Cooper, and the Jets, who just added Devontae Adams, not having a reliable secondary is going to be not good. Not good at all. So, I don't know. I'm not confident. However, back to Falcons. So I hoped that with this mini bye week, there was a way I was hoping they were able to go to the drawing board to figure out a way that they can get some cohesion on this offense, because it's not just one thing. One week it's the defensive line that has a hard time, protecting, and then you got Geno who's rushing too much, and then receivers having fumbles and not catching, throws going, too far ahead, so it's just the running game. It's not that it's bad, it's just it gets stopped. And so it's just like trying to find a balance with Ryan Grubb and Geno and kind of building a trust within each other. And like I said, bringing some cohesion with the offense is going to be important down the line here, because we're going to face we're going to face, tough teams, So, and then the defense, we have to get healthy, and I just want all the defensive players to be healthy at once, but that's not happening. It seems like they're in and they're out. And with this game in particular, the key is going to be the pass rush, because our middle of the field is still an issue. And that's where I'm kind of hoping that John Schneider gets on the horn with somebody somewhere for a trade somewhere. I know we've been afraid, because when we have done that, they haven't always been in our favor, and they always haven't worked out. But football game is a game of stock and risk and all that. So at this point, I want John Schneider to take a chance somewhere with some player out on the wings. So John Schneider, get on the horn, please. So, yeah, pass rush is going to be the key with Kirk Cousins, because they're gonna throw Bijan Robinson, in the run game, because we can't defend it. So they're gonna lean on Bijan, I assume, who is on my fantasy team. So there's the conflict, because I want my home team to do well, but then I want my fantasy team to do well, and this is where doing a fantasy gets difficult. So, but oh well, it's whatever. I guess it's a win-win. If my home team does well, that's great. If my fantasy team does well, despite my home team, I guess that's fine too. No, it's crappy. Anyway, so Falcons. I see this being a bounce back game. It has to be a bounce back game for us, at least on offense. Defense, it is what it is. We just have to be fast on the pass rush. That's the only thing we can really lean on this week. And we have some of our key players in, but we need it all to come together. And so, but then without the secondary, that's gonna be tough too, because they got Drake London. I don't know if is he injured? I don't know. Anyway, they have They have really good receivers. So this will probably be a shootout, or it could be defensive. If it is, then Atlanta will probably be the better defense they will be, because they have a good secondary that's intact, and they have a good pass rush, as well. So, because I watched that, I didn't see the Panthers game, but I did see the Buccaneers game. So, this could really go either way. I do view this as a bounce back game. I say that with nervousness and low confidence, and it's on the road, so we shall see. But anywho, going to my fantasy lineup this week, we got the Texans and Packers, and I am putting up the Texans with CJ Stroud and Stephon Diggs. They got to have a good game this week against the Packers defense, which has a good secondary. Pass rush, not too sure about that, but I'm pretty sure they're going to give it all they got to CJ Stroud. But CJ Stroud, I trust too much, and he pulls it together even when things aren't going well. And I do trust that he will probably distribute it. He'll probably distribute it along with the run game. The run game is going to be key to open up things and open up CJ to do the things he does, do the deep throws that he does. And Stephon Diggs, I am leaning on him to be, he will be the number one, because Nico Collins is gone, is out. So Stephon Diggs, it has to be a big game for him, and he's got the posture for it. So I trust in that. I do see Houston winning this one. It's gonna be a tough one though, because Packers, Jordan Love, he's gonna try to get up in there and do his thing. So, and he's got a lot of, receivers to get to distribute as well. So this is gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a very interesting game. I'm just leaning on Houston to come out with this one, and we're gonna leave that at that. Going to Detroit, I have Sam Laporta. However, I'm not sure if he's gonna get enough targets. He probably will, because with the Vikings defense, this is going to be probably the healthiest defense that Jared Goff has faced so far, and this is a divisional game, so this is going to be tough, and I'm pretty sure they're going to try to run it. But Brian Flores, he's throwing everything in the kitchen sink at every offense they faced. So I do imagine that they're gonna try to stop the run as best they can, which will be very interesting to see, because it seems like the run game on Detroit has been very unstoppable. But it'll definitely be tested against the Vikings defense that's healthy and coming off a bye week as well. So, they're probably going to force Jared to pass more, which could be an opening for Sam Laporta. So that's a possibility. And then we have the Buffalo defense against the Titans, and I have confidence that that's going to go well. Buffalo, they've lost people, but they got, I think, Taylor Rapp back, and they fared pretty well against the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers with Epinesa and, DeMar and Hamlin, and I forgot the other players, but they were looking pretty. They did enough to get the W. So we thank you, Buffalo. However, we do have to face you. So, but Sean McDermott does a good job with the defensive unit, and their pass rush will do just fine against the Titans. And that's the thing about Buffalo. They do well, but then when they get in the playoffs and they have to face like the Ravens or the Chiefs, that's when it gets a little scary dairy. But but focusing on the Titans, this game should be a good one against the Titans. So I have confidence in the Buffalo defense that their pass rush will do the job and get it done. And then Commanders, Panthers, that should be a good game. I'm not sure exactly how much Terry McLaurin will be targeted. I imagine he should be against the Panthers. So I have confidence that the Commanders are going to do well. And our projection looks really good looking at the roster. So I have confidence in the week. Oh gosh, the Jaguars. Yeah, I forgot. I got Brian Robinson Jr. on the Jaguars against. Oh gosh, they're in London this week, I think. Oh, they're going up against the Patriots. Oh boy, they have to win this one. They have to. They're like 1-5, and I don't know what to make of the Jaguars. I'm really glad I didn't pick Trevor Lawrence as a QB. Because it's been looking pretty rough, to say the least, for the Jaguars. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but I'm going to say it like that. I don't know. I'm hoping that they can utilize Brian Robinson Jr. a little bit more this time. That's all I can say. They got to just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping Jaguars win. But for some reason, I feel like Patriots might pull this one out because the Jaguars are they're having a tough time. And then that's it. That is it for us this week. Dallas Cowboy fans, I know your team's on a bye. I need y'all to beat San Fran when you get off your bye. And then Kansas City Chiefs, this is the one time I'm going to root for y'all this week against San Fran. So go Chiefs, go Cowboys. And that's it. I hope everyone has a great weekend. And if this is not your weekend, if you work on the weekend, whenever your weekend is, I hope is relaxing and restorative. And stay safe, be well, control what you can control, and peace out.